What's going on, guys? In this video we're going to be doing Clover 1 from VulnHub. I rate this box about a solid intermediate, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so like always, let's start by opening our terminal here. We can start by splitting these. So I'm going to start a net discover minus r 10.0.0.1/24/i for my interface. We do get the IP of the box, 10.0.0.182. So I'm going to run an nmap scan here. We'll do nmap minus sc for default scripts, minus sv for enumeration, and we'll scan all ports on the IP. So I'm going to do netcat minus nv on port 80. We do see that port 80 is open for HTTP. Look at this, we just do get an OK. As you control you to view the source code. Same thing, right? Since there's a server running here, we'll do gobuster, we'll run directory scan list on the IP. We'll do user share word list, dirtbuster, run a directory list 2.3 medium.txt. We'll specify the extensions as HTML, txt, and also PHP. Look at this, we do get a JavaScript, which is 301, robots.txt. Let's start by visiting that. Looking at this, we do have allowed and disallowed entries. Let's go to webmaster, or we'll try status for these entries. We just get ping pong, status admin. Let's just stop hack our website. Let's try admin. Doesn't seem like we do found anything. Go to root. Let's go to webmaster. And we don't get anything, right? So we do have PHP my admin. Let's start by visiting this. We'll just copy this. I'll just copy that. Does seem like we do get a PHP admin. Let's try by just default creds. Admin password. Does seem like we do have anything, right? So we do have a / website here. Let's start by visiting this, see what this is. Looking at this / website, we do have sheet templates. Doesn't say like we do have anything, right? We can run a gobuster against this / website. So I'll just go back to website, put that in there. We do have a robots.txt for websites. Let's try to visit that. Remember the message for the developer. It does seem like we just do have index.html, right? We do have scripts, robots.txt, styles. Really nothing important, right? Okay, so let's do control U to view the source code on here. Looking down here, we do see that we do have a website that's under construction for CMS Cold Fusion, right? So let's first start by copying this. We'll just do what is. So basically this does seem like it's basically just a website used to generate remote services for REST services. So let's see if we can look for a login page. So we'll search our login page. I think the one I looked at was a PDF. What is it? Cold Fusion for pen testers. So let's see if we can search it for login. Let's see. So look at this. It does seem like we can find the sites running Cold Fusion with the in URL with the CFIDE. So let's try to visit that. So we'll just take this out. It's not under there. CFID. We do get a /administrator, which was under here, I believe. Guess not. I get here it is components, utils, but this was under administrator, right? So we do have a /administrator, so we do get a CFID administrator. We'll do the same thing. We'll just copy this, go to administrator. We do have a login.php assets. So let's visit our login.php. Right now we don't have any creds. So visiting that, we just get a username and a password. I do like trying admin. If that doesn't work, I just like trying admin password. None of that works, or password like 1 2 3, right? Just default grids. So it doesn't seem like we do have anything here. So we did run a go buster and we found our login.php. This form is actually vulnerable to SQL injection. So to perform SQL injection, we'll go to proxy, which are our proxy. We're gonna save this in a .sql file. So let's go to our, we'll cd into VulnHub. We'll do nkdir for Clover. We'll cd into Clover. And we don't have anything under there, right? So we'll just open this up. Start burp. So looking at this, we also looking at the ports, we do have FTP data for port 20, port 21 for SFTP. So we do have a file or directory as maintenance. To get that without trying to log into the FTP, we can just do recursive mode on here. So we'll do FTP for the protocol. We'll do 10.0.0.182. This is going to get all the files and create into a new directory for us. We'll cd into maintenance, and we do get a local.txt, a test2.txt, and also a test.txt, right? It does seem like when I did this box, this was a rabbit hole, so we don't need to worry about this, right? So next we're going to be testing for SQL injection. So we'll go to proxy, we'll go to options, we'll edit this to our own IP address. I'll just try for this. We'll intercept the request for admin password. We can log in. It's going to intercept our request, and we do have the uname. We do see the parameter is uname for admin, and psw for password, right? For password, right? So we'll copy this file to Clover. We'll just name this testing.sql. You can also name this a .request file. It wouldn't really matter for the extension as long as it's .request or .sql, right? So we'll cd back. So looking at this, we do have a testing.sql, so we'll cat the testing.sql. Just to make sure we do have anything or everything under there. We do have parameters, which we're going to be using SQL map to dump the databases, right? So once we do have that, we'll do SQL map. We'll do -r for the request. So we'll do testing.sql. We'll do -dbs, which is basically stands for dump databases. We'll run a --- batch under here, so it doesn't ask us any questions. So we can wait for this to run. Let's check out our other ports. So we do have port 22 open for SSH, port 80 for HTTP. It does seem like it's running Apache. And we do have pop 13 HTTPS. Seems like these are all closed, right? So right now, slowly but surely, you will see received. So this is slowly going to receive the databases, right? So right now it is going to receive the information. I believe this is going to output to information schema, because usually in every database there is an information schema. So right now we're going to view the databases. Once we view the databases, we're going to output or dump the tables, right? Because in each database there's tables inside each database, and which could contain credentials, right? So we'll wait for this to run. Okay, so after the scan was done, you will see that we do get 5 available databases. We do have Clover, information schema, performance schema, sys, and also MySQL, right? So let's try to visit our Clover database. So right now, since we already know the databases, we're going to copy this right here. So we'll just copy these databases into here. So right now we're going to do -d. So -d, which stands for basically the database. We do have the database as Clover, and we're going to do you could do tables, but right now we're going to do dump all. So let's try to dump that. Or actually, we need to view the tables first, so we'll do minus tables. And then we can dump from our following table, right? So we do have SQL map, the request method, or the request file. We do have -d for the database, which is Clover, and we can dump the tables. Once we do see the tables, then we can dump the information from our tables, right? Using, you can capitalize or capital T for table, and then dump all, right? We'll run a minus batch under here. So we can wait for this to run. And it is receiving data, right? Okay, so looking at this, inside the database for Clover, we do get a table as users, right? To specify this, we'll take off minus tables. Since we already do know the table was users, and we'll do minus dump dash all. We'll run a batch on here. Alright, so these are almost completed. We can actually start by throwing this into a hash identifier. So we'll clear this. We'll go into a hash identifier. I'll throw this in. It does seem like these are MD5. Let's check out ASTA. It does seem like these are MD5, right? Basically possible hashes. Just tell you the hash, what type of hash it is, and it says domain cache credentials, which should be a password, right? This one's almost done, so we can wait for this one. So right now it is using the default or the common password suffixes, basically trying to brute force each MD5 hash. Doesn't seem like we do anything right. So for the 3 entries under the user table, under the database Clover, right, or the Clover database, we do get these, right? It does seem like these are MD5. Let's try this last hash right here. It does seem like this is just MD5, right? So we could decode this just to also make sure if you ever did want to check out the make sure it's MD5. We could just copy a hash. We can do -n, copy the hash, and we'll just do base or word count minus, I think it was -c. And you see that this is 32, right? Same with these other two, right? So it is base 64 or MD5. So we can go into a website. So we can go to a website called CM or MD5. I think it was MD5 online.it. Oh, we do have our proxy on, so we can turn this off. And we do come up to this page where we can decode it. So let's actually go into each hash. See, we can decode this. So we can just do Control V, encrypt that, and we do get a hash right there, right? Or password. We can do this, decrypt that. And we do get ASTA, or %, or money sign, or $$ 123, right? Let's do this last one. And we get the same thing, right? So ASTA does seem like we do have a user as ASTA. We can log in through SSH for that. So we'll just copy this. We'll try to SSH into that. So I'll do SSH as ASTA at 10.0.0.182. Trying this password, we do get a login successful as ASTA, right? So since we do have a password, run a sudo -l against this. Just seem like we don't have we can run sudo on this, right? Okay, so when I try to use wget to install this, it doesn't let me use wget manual enumeration. So I just basically search to /etc var and backups and all that stuff, right? So we're going to cd into var. We're going to go into backups. The creds for Clover, or we do alice-la/home. We do have a user as sword, right? And these are the creds for sword, right? So we'll cat our password.sword. Here it does show that we do have a reminder for sword's password, and the password for sword is just password, and seems like he forgot the 4 numbers at the end, right? So I actually did have a script already that we did use from alpha. So let me open a new terminal here. So cd into VulnHub, also Clover. So we're gonna copy from our root. I think this was under VulnHub, and I think the other machine was alpha. So we want to copy our start script to this directory, also our output.txt to this directory, and then we also have a generate word list, right? We'll copy it to this directory. So we'll cat our output.txt. Does seem like we did have a word list. I think we forgot one more. We forgot word list.txt. So we'll remove the output.txt. We'll begin to generate. So here we did create a Python script with rand int, which is basically rand integer. Here you will see that it is 4 digits, so it's probably going to be around the 4,000. So we'll go into our inactive mode. We'll do this to 1,000 to we'll do this 5,000, and then we can generate a word list from that. We'll right quit all of this. Let's just run this in Python 3 for generating the underscore word list. Does seem like it works, right? So we do have a word list now, right? We'll begin to start script. Basically I ran an OS system for Python 3. It's going to output it to a .txt, right? Output.txt. So we'll do Python 3 for what's this, generate word list or start script. Doing this, we should have an output.txt, so we can cat our output.txt. And we do have a word list, right? So now since we do have a word list, we'll do hydra mysal, which we did have a user as sword. So we'll copy this, we'll go into our other terminal. We'll do -p for user or output.txt, right? I think that was the word list. We'll do 10.0.0. This is 182. We'll do -i, so we're gonna restore the session. By default, this is 22. I mean, if it was a different port, you could just do like 222 or 22. But it does know port 22 is open for SSH, right? Or it's basically the default port, right? So we can wait for this to scan, and we'll see if we do get a login successful as sword, right? Alright, so we didn't get any valid passwords found. The reason for that is because we, let's go back to our other terminal here. Or this was a terminal actually, but going for our word list.txt, this was, I still have the same word list for, the same words for the password, right? So we'll leave pad into word list.txt. We'll delete all this. We'll actually grab the password. We did see that the password was this right here. So we'll open this. We have this in the leaf pad. So let me copy these words. We'll copy this and paste this in about. We can just copy and paste this. Why is it doing that? Okay, so we do have a word list now. So now let's cat our word list.txt. We'll head this out, and you see that we do have that now, right? So we'll do Python 3 for start script. We'll cat our output.txt. We'll head this out, and now you will see that we do have a the numbers at the end of this password, right? Before I forgot to change it. I forgot to change the word list.txt, which didn't have the correct password, right? So now let's start by running hydra now. So we do have hydra, the user as sword, and we do have output.txt. We can press around this and see if we do get a login successful, right? Okay, so since this is not working, let's modify our script. So we'll VI into generate word list. Instead of 1,000, we'll add this to just 100 to 5,000. This should probably work. We'll make a bigger word list because that's going to increase our chances to get the right password, right? So we'll VI into this wordlist.txt. Yeah, well, so we'll be padded into wordlist.txt. We'll copy this. We'll paste this in a couple more times. So now we do have a pretty big word list, right? So it's still copying. I think that's it. So we can close it out. Let's start this out one more time. So we'll do Python 3 start script.py. So let's cat our output.txt. Why do we have this? So we do have our word list. I'm not sure why this is not sure why we have this right here. Not sure why this was outputted. Close this out. So now we do have a word list. So let's see if we now get a log successful. We'll do Python 3 start script.py cat our output.txt. Why is it doing that again? Is this outputting like... Yeah, I'm not sure why this is output. I think this has to do with the Python script. So now we'll do, we'll run Hydra now. So let's try to run Hydra. And we'll run this with output.txt, right? Alright, so this is actually taking way too long to brute force. So just to increase the chances of me getting the password, just to make sure it is, because we are trying to guess the password, right? Which is basically 4 digits at the end of this username, or at the end of this string. So we'll change this to 1000 to we'll just change this to 6000, which is going to go past, or which is going to go past 1000 to generate numbers from 100 to 6000 in 4 digits, right? So to that happen, we'll just do Python 3 start script.py. We do have our output.txt, but let's head this out just to make sure. We'll also VI into output.txt. We'll edit this. Just think we do have the word list, right? So we'll just quit this. We'll start Hydra again and see if this does work, right? Alright, so this is actually taking way too long to brute force. So just to increase the chances of me getting the password, just to make sure it is, because we are trying to guess the password, right? Which is basically 4 digits at the end of this username, or at the end of this string. So we'll change this to 1000 to we'll just change this to 6000, which is going to go past, or which is going to go past 1000 to generate numbers from 100 to 6000 in 4 digits, right? So to that happen, we'll just do Python 3 start script.py. We do have our output.txt, but let's head this out just to make sure. We'll also VI into output.txt. We'll edit this. Just think we do have the word list, right? So we'll just quit this. We'll start Hydra again and see if this does work, right? Okay, after a while, it does seem like third time is the charm. We do get a login as sword and also a password as password 4286, right? Before I clear this, let's start by just copy this and put this into our text editor. So let's view our script. We'll VI into generate wordlist.txt. So we did use random.randint, which is 100 to 6000. And just by luck, or after trying 2 or 3 times, or 2 times, we did get our word list to generate the right numbers at the end, right? So we'll do SSH into sword at was 10.0.0.182, and we did have the password here, and now we do get a successful login as sword, right? So we'll do sudo -l since we do have the password. Doesn't seem like we can run sudo on here. So next thing we're going to be exploiting is the SUID. So we'll search up SUID cheat sheet. We'll do Control F for SUID. Let's try to view this. Looking at this, just out of the ordinary, we do see that we have a user games Clover daemon sh. So we'll cd into that. So we'll cd into user games Clover, and we do have a SUID as daemon.sh, right? So let's try to run daemon.sh. It does seem like this is just named daemon, and it is running Lua 5.2.3, right? Since this is running Lua, we could actually just run daemon.sh, and we'll do -help. Look at that -help, it is just Lua, so it does seem like we can execute a string, right? So let's go to GTFO bins, and we'll search up Lua. Let's see if we can get a shell. So this is not going to be running Lua, but since this is going to be daemon.sh, we can just copy this. Also, if you want to, you can also get you can do file upload, but this seems like we can also, this is the SUID, but we don't need a SUID since this is just going to be running Lua, right? It is an SUID, but it's going to run as we just need to execute a OS execute for bin.sh. Doing this, we can do ID, and you do see that we do have the ID as root ls, so we can cat our proof .txt, right? And there is our root flag. Well guys, that's pretty much in the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.